Hi, everyone. In this lecture, we're going to speak about the time value of money. And we're going to cover these skills: future value and present value. So the time value of money means that money today is worth more than it is in the future. And this is a very important concept for you to understand. So the time value of money, it's important to understand because if you have loans or if you make capital purchases in an organization and many other financial decisions, you have to understand what the value of your money is today versus what your money is worth in the future. And it's an economic principle that a dollar received today has a greater value than if it were received in the future. So as an example, if you were given the choice, would you accept $50,000 today or 10 years from now? Well, obviously that you would select the $50,000 today because you would have it in your pocket. There's no risk, no nothing. But the principle of the time value of money is that $50,000 today, you have opportunities to take that $50,000 and invest it to earn interest and grow the money in the future value. So here's an example of the time value of money. So if you took $1,000 today, if I handed you $1,000 and you invest it today and you earn 40% in a year, this is an amazing stock and you know, everybody's bragging and boasting that you can earn 40% in a year. So as you can see by the first line, today, excuse me, I give you $1,000. And looking at the second line, I've invested that $1,000 and earned 40%. So in a year from now, that money, that $1,000 that I gave you today will be worth $1,400, given a return of 40% in 1 year from now. So the present value answers the question of what do I need to save today to end up with a healthy retirement account? Or what do I need to save today to purchase the car of my dreams? Right, so here's a scenario. I want to begin saving today so that in 30 years, I have a goal that I want to reach $500,000 in my retirement account. The assumption that I'm going to make is whatever it is that I invest today to reach that $500,000, there's a percentage that I'm going to earn each year on my investment. And I'm going very low, and I'm saying every year I'm going to earn 2% each year on my investment. So how much do I have to start saving today to reach that goal of $500,000 in 30 years? So I don't know what I'm beginning with, as you can see by this red line. Throughout the 30 years, I'm earning 2% on my money, and I want to end up in 30 years with $500,000. So the present value calculation is PV for present value divided by 1 plus R, R standing for the rate, which is 2%. And the N standing for the number of periods. So you can go through this and you can open up an Excel spreadsheet and go through all of the calculations to see what you need to start with today to earn that $500,000. So lucky for us, there's Excel, and Excel has a financial formula that you can use to figure out what your present value would be in a couple of very easy steps. So on the formula bar, you want to look for financial. And when you click on the down arrow, you want to look for present value, PV. And when you select that, a dialog box as such will appear on your screen. And there are a couple of things that you have to input. So as I stated earlier, the rate. This is the rate of return that you're expecting to get from the money that you invest. So if it's 2%, you would type in the number 2. The NPER, that is the amount of time. And we had said that we want 30 years. And the payment amount is $500,000. So you would enter those in as such. I'm sorry, we said it was $500,000. So I put in 2% each year over 30 years, and I want to end up with $500,000. And I would click OK, and it would return a value of $25,000. So that means beginning now this year, you would have to put away $25,000 per year to achieve $500,000 in 30 years, assuming a 2% return each year. Now, if you were to increase that percentage, of course, you wouldn't have to put away as much per year. So a little bit about the future and present value. The future value of money, it determines what your money will be worth if you have it today and invest it. So that goes back to the example where I give you $1,000 today and you invest it, and your rate of return is 40%. So you know that in a year from now, that $1,000 that I give you today will be worth $1,400. There are assumptions that have to be made when you're dealing with future and present values. You have to make assumptions about the percentage that you would receive year over year. So let's say you have your money in a 401k and each year you earn on average 5%. That would be a great place for you to start. Let's say you're in a corporation and you invested in many other things and the typical rate of return is 10%. You can also begin with that. So you can look at historical data of things that you are doing with your money to use that as your percentage rate. This can all be calculated using the Excel function for future value. So instead of PV of what I just showed you, you would use the FV function for future value. You need the rate, which is the percentage that you think you're going to earn, the period of time, if it's a year, 2 years, or 3 years, and the payment, which is the dollar figure that you're going to begin with. In the present value, that determines what you need to begin investing if you want to reach a certain goal in future years, right? So when you know what your current value is, you want to see how much it's going to grow to. So for present value, you want to know how much money you need to achieve to reach a certain goal. And again, assumptions have to be made about the percentage that you're going to receive year over year. Present value can be calculating using Excel's PV function. And again, you need the rate, percentage, period of time, and the figure, the dollar figure that you want to end with. So here's what we've learned. The time value of money, it's an economic principle that a dollar received today has a greater value than if it were received in the future. Present value is money that's received in the future is not the same value as money that is received today, right, due to inflation and such. And it answers the question, how much do you need to invest today to reach a goal in the future? And then there's future value, which answers the question, how much is an investment made today worth in the future? And with both present and future value, you need some assumptions that need to be had, such as the percentage rate of return that you think is realistic and the length of time that you want to invest the money and the amount of money that you're going to begin with, or for present value, the amount of money that you want to end with.